Miss Piggy and Kermit are in an abusive relationship, and it's super toxic.
And it's fucked up that the rest of the Muppets just stand by and enable it.
You know what's, I feel like, not talked about enough? The gay subtext. There's got the...
Not talked about enough
Frodo
by
and
who?
Sam?
The Frodo Sam,
That's talked about.
fan...
All of the hobbits, the jumping around
fanfic
in the
erotica.
bed. Oh, yeah.
I feel like that's
Mary
a
and
big
Pippin,
thing.
I'm just missing out. Okay.
No, but you know what?
If someone could share that with me,
You know what I love,
I would be
Lilah?
into it.
Later.
Okay.
I love that we talk about almost nothing but Lord of the Rings sex, and yet you still said, you know what I feel like we don't talk, that wasn't discussed enough?
we
Lord
talk
of the Rings
more
sex.
about elves and how Aragorn could totally turn me.
Reforge the sword.
Our goats are better than those goats.
Those are nice coats.
Get yourself a therapy goat, therapy goat. You will need a therapy goat for the world. Therapy goat, to deal with shit, a therapy goat.
Or 5.
Everyone
Puppies are
likes
cool
them. Puppies
too,
are
yeah,
cool.
I mean-
Not as cool as goats.
Definitely not as cool as goats. Those are really cute
Those
puppies.
are really
they
cute
look very
puppies.
soft.
Yeah.
They look like they would be quite a handful, though.
Feed them to the goats.
Yeah.
It's a good album.
It's a great album.
Still a good album.
Great album.
We do eat a lot of meat now. I gave this album to Lilah. I was on sort of like a self-righteous vegetarianism kick, and then when I figured
As
out...
a 10-year-old.
As a 10-year-old, and then I figured out that that's cool if you're 10. Otherwise, you should think more critically about the circle of life and how we counteract industrial practices of raising and growing food in general. Don't be so linear and black and white about it. Morrissey.
Still
but
a great
still
album.
listen to the Smiths.
Yeah, you should totally listen
Morrissey,
to
I'm aligned with you still on a lot of your...
Yeah, not on
Not
everything.
on everything, though. You're so fancifully fry. Our leader, very proud. A lot of people don't know what we know, which is that Itzy's actually a reincarnation of a very famous political figure from the 20th century. And in Itzy's last life, all Penguin wanted was peace, but now, in this life, they come only for war. Those are some of the best pictures of us, I think, that have ever been taken.
Yeah.
It's a little... That's why we wore the balaclavas. So
Duh.
no one would know.
Duh.
I have trouble with Miss Piggy.
I also have trouble with Miss Piggy.
Abuser!
Yeah, I think
it's
that
like,
Miss Piggy and Kermit are in an abusive relationship, and it's super toxic.
And it's fucked up that the rest of the Muppets just stand by and enable it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And don't, try to help Kermit out of this terrible dynamic.
He's such a talented, beautiful frog, too, and there's so much that I feel like so much potential that gets squandered. Under my hoof, the frog who once had me. He's under my hoof.
We are going to record that
We just
in
did.
full. It's a complicated legacy,
Yeah.
Sorting Hat, and I think what we really learn at the end of original series is that it's, you paint people into these boxes, they become the monsters that you tell them they are, and
Yeah.
maybe we shouldn't all be sorted into houses.
We're all house non-conforming.
Okay.
I'm in Ravenclaw.
He really is, though. What a fucking Ravenclaw.